What's going on, muscle monsters? Align Gonzalez here, and today I want to talk about how many meals you should be consuming per day if you want to maximize the amount of fat you lose. Okay, we hear a lot of people saying things like you got to eat smaller meals spread out throughout the day to rev up the metabolism. And essentially they use the analogy of throwing wood in a fire, right? The more frequently you throw wood in the fire, the longer you can keep it burning, so on and so forth, which makes a little bit of sense. But the problem is that when we tested this with science, right, that's not what we found. And here's the thing, the reason that people believed that eating frequently would burn more calories essentially is because of the thermic effect of food, right? Every time we consume food, we have to burn calories in order to digest it. Okay, so they said, okay, well, if every time we burn or consume food we have to burn calories in order to digest it, then the more times we eat food, the more calories we're going to burn. Fortunately, that's not how it actually works. Okay, the thermic effect of food makes up for about 10% of the calories we consume. Okay, so if you're eating 3,000 calories a day, right, and you're eating 6 meals a day, that breaks down to about 500 calories per meal. Okay, now out of that 3,000 calories, about 300 are getting burned through the thermic effect of food, despite it being 6 meals at 500 calories apiece. Let's take another person consuming the same 3,000 calories, only now you're consuming them over 3 meals. So you're eating 1,000 calories per day, right? I'm sorry, 1,000 calories per meal. All right? At the end of the day, you've still consumed 3,000 calories. And 10% of 3,000 is, again, still 300. So regardless of if the person ate 6 meals or if they ate 3 meals, they consumed 3,000 calories, and the thermic effect of food was responsible for burning off about 10% of the calories consumed. All right? Another misconception people have is that certain macronutrients, particularly carbs, are going to make you fat or going to make it harder to lose fat, which again, it's not the case. Simply because carbs are our main energy source, right? It's what we use when we go lift weights in the gym. Okay, so if we are not consuming carbs, then we're not going to be performing at our peak in the gym. And if we're not performing at our peak in the gym, then we're not going to maximize the amount of calories that we burn. We're not going to maximize the amount of strength we maintain, which in turn will not maximize the amount of muscle we retain during our cut. Right? And we know that muscle is extremely metabolically active and thus aids in helping us stay leaner a little bit easier, right? So, how many meals per day should you be consuming in order to maximize fat burn? It really doesn't matter. What really matters is that you are in a caloric deficit, that you are consuming less calories than you are burning. Okay? And one way you can figure out if you are in a deficit is figure out your nutrient intake, consume that many calories for a whole week while weighing yourself every single morning. At the end of the week, get an average of all your weigh-ins. Do that again the next week, and if that average weight has gone down, then that means you're in a deficit. If it didn't go down, that means you're not at a deficit at that calorie amount, and you just have to decrease the calories slightly and repeat. Anytime you stall out, decrease the calories or increase the physical activity to put you further into a deficit so that you can continue to burn fat. So again, it's not about how many meals you are consuming in the day. It's about energy balance, being in that caloric deficit. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you found this helpful. If you want to figure out exactly what macros you should start out with in terms of protein, carbs, fat, then I'm going to link an article that I wrote down below that kind of walks you through that. Check that out. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Oh, and one more thing. If you haven't already, make sure to grab my 21-day fast abs program. It's completely free. Link down below. Go there, put your name and your email address. You'll get instant access to that, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.